Ladies and gentlemen, we are somewhat back to normal, and it has been a while. So, obviously, it hasn't been a while for the videos because I kind of plan ahead, So, whenever I get a chance, I'll probably sit down and record maybe 2 videos, and I'll get them sorted and ready for upload so that we can just continue on. Just in case I run into something, like I did last week, where last week was kind of like a weirdly busy week for no particular reason. Like, it wasn't like I had a lot of things planned. It was just a very busy week to the point where, sitting down and recording a video was, I didn't really have time to do it. And, real life takes preference, obviously. So that's a given. My daughter is back to school. I have got my coffee. I have got a quiet house. So it is time to sit down and we'll talk about what the last, basically coming up on 2 weeks of Null Sec has been like. I've kind of touched on it in previous videos of kind of what I've been doing, but we're just going to go over it in a wee bit more detail, and we'll see where things are kind of going, in what direction things are kind of trending here, because there has been I want to say slight changes to what I do in my everyday life. So we'll get the major one. I was about to say the majority, the major one out of the way. So in the first 8 days of me being in high sec, in total resources, so like Ratlout and Ice and Mercoxit, I gathered in those resources in 8 days probably about 1.3, 1.4 billion. It's just sitting there. Whether I sell it soon is another. I don't know, to be honest. It's not something that I have thought about. But with that being said, mining has kind of been put on the back burner. I do mining during work hours, just because it's not a lot of input required. In the section of space that we're in the corporation, every so often rats will show up, and a lot of the times, just to clear them quickly, what I'll do is I'll just go back to station, I'll get my rattlesnake, and I'll come back out, and we'll do it, just get rid of them, and I'll go back to mining. I can just use my drones to take care of them, but at the same time, for speed rather than anything else, I do it that way. And it's great because there's a lot of times where the rat loot will drop and it's a couple of million, plus you're getting bounties, and then you're going back to mining. So the mining, though, has been kind of put on the back burner just because I really want to branch out and do different stuff. I don't want to be trapped in mining like I was in high sec, so I have made like an effort to stop mining. Now, recently the corporation has been doing like gas mining, for not like an op, but just gas mining in general, just where a few of us get together. You go into the voice chat and you sit and do some gas mining together. And I done it one night. I got this stage where I was like, right, I'm going to bed because it's 3 a.m. and I had to be up at like 8 because my daughter was going to have me up. So it was fucking fantastic getting up the next morning, or in 5 hours after that. But other than that, mining has really been put on a back burner. If I had have really focused on mining, I'd be well over 2 billion within 2 weeks, just because everything is just so much more valuable, which, if anyone knows, if you've put any amount of time into the game, especially if you've been in Null Sec, everything is just much more valuable. So that I've been doing that, but what I've actually been doing is I've been focusing a lot on ratting. So I've been messing about with my rattlesnake fit. I've taken the rapid light missile launchers off. So I got rid of the TAC 2 rapid light missile launchers and I put on TAC 1 cruise missiles. Only reason why I didn't put TAC 2 on is because I've never used cruise missiles before, so I definitely don't have TAC 2s. I put on the TAC 1s, and being able to sit at a range and just basically snipe people with missiles is absolutely amazing. It is fantastic. So there's that. I'm able to, warp in, and whenever I warp into a rat site, maybe level 8s or level 9s, and be up to 90 kilometers away, still able to target and fire upon them, and kill them before they even get anywhere near me. So it's warp in, drop the MTU, and just sit and just hit them. It's great, because there's recently I was doing it, and the video that you're actually seeing in the background, what I was actually doing at the same time as I was watching the Rainbow Six Siege Grand Finals, which was amazing. But I was watching it while doing that, and because I'm able to just do it at such a distance, it definitely lessens the input needed to complete the site. And just being able to do that is absolutely amazing, because while I'm watching YouTube videos, I'm taking out these people from a distance, and then I'm sucking everything in with the MTU. I'm taking the loot. This site here, I think the loot at the end was about 16 million, I believe it was. Somewhere in and around 16 million, I think. And then I was obviously getting bounties throughout it, which by the end of this site, I can't really give an accurate reading because this was my second site, but at the end of this site with the ticks and stuff, I was getting maybe 8 million in bounties, and then what I was doing was I was going back and I was coming out with a salvager, and I was getting my salvager out, and I think it was like 2.5 million for the salvage, so. But within one night where I was only on for a bit, and I done 3 sites, I think I made like 50-60 million, which is amazing, because it's very little input because you're doing it from a distance, and yeah, 50-60 million for 3 sites is insane. So the mining has definitely been put on the back burner for that reason, plus others. And probably the biggest change and the most major of changes that I've made over the last week or so is I've really started to skill in to make fits, and really start to look towards PvP, because obviously the alliance that we are in is a PvP alliance, and the Discord is always going on with fleets to either defend somewhere or go on roaming or something like that. And I've done some roaming as well. I've actually spent quite a bit of time roaming through systems, because whenever we're in the intel chat and it appears up that someone's in a system, if I'm out and about, I will go towards that system to either try to help join in a fight if there's a fight going on, or if there's a person that is leaving a system and coming towards me, to try and catch them maybe. I haven't really come across, people have escaped a lot, and I've just missed them by one system or something like that, where it's it's getting close. There has been a few times where there's been a fight going on, and there was a big fight that was going on one day, and I just missed it, and I was raging, and I was like, I really wanted to get into that fight. I've lost ships, so I have definitely lost ships. I think I've lost 3, 2. I've lost 2 ships due to PvP that I was willingly, actively trying to engage in. Well, no, I've lost 1 ship that I was actively trying to engage in PvP, and then one night I was roaming in the Kiki, and I warped in the system, and as soon as I came out of the gate, there was massive warp bubbles everywhere, and I think there was about 20 people in a fleet that were gate camping, and it just, it didn't go well. I didn't stand a chance. Basically, I was wiped out in probably about 5 seconds, because Kikis aren't exactly the most tankable ships in the game, and especially whenever you've got, it wasn't all 20 targeting me, but when I definitely did have a few targeting me, so I got killed there. that wasn't really the one that I was, actively trying to engage in. I was roaming, looking for, PvP fights and stuff, but that one was an unexpected one. I wasn't expecting that to go down. I did lose a caracal. I was out doing a wee bit of fighting here and there, and I ended up losing a caracal, but the fit all in all was maybe 50 million, I want to say. Maybe. The only real downside to that was I lost the implants that I had on, which the implants was probably about 500 million. But then again, at the same time, I didn't really care. And then obviously, I think I spoke about it, but one of my first days there, I lost a Gila, which was about down, whenever you buy it down in the system that we're in, it's about 500 million in our market. Not for the hull, but for the full fit is about 500 million. And then I had 800 million in implants as well, so I ended up losing about 1.3 billion. I wasn't actively engaging in PvP. What I was doing was I was out and I was doing ice mining, and then rats showed up, so I went back and got the Gila and come back out. And as I was finally clearing up the rats, a Loki warped in on me, and just I didn't stand a chance, really, to be honest. So I've lost 3 ships since I got here. All in all, in the terms of ships, fittings and implants, it's been well over 2 billion that I've lost. But it's par for the course. It has to happen, and I don't really mind. It's fine. But what I have noticed is I have gotten really excited by the aspect of PvP, which is strange. I never thought that would happen, but I've really started getting into the aspect of PvP. I'm looking at PvP fits. I'm building fits. I've still got a few fits that I have got set to the side. Just in case, there's a few of the Alliance Doctrine ships that I have got sitting in base, so that, if a fleet appears up in the Alliance Discord and, it's for the right doctrine that I have already fitted out, I'll join in. Just anything for a bit of fun, really. But yeah, roaming around systems in a Kikimora has been it's so much fun. There was a fight that in our system, our market system, and it was incredible. There was like 15 people that ended up dying. But the whole aspect of PvP now is, I don't know, it used to always be not a turn off for me. It was just something that I never, the most I would get into PvP was if I was in a wormhole and someone jumped me whenever I wasn't expecting it. That's a given. But I never went out and actively sought after PvP. And now, all of a sudden, I'm making fits, and I lost the Kiki ship, was about 120 million. That's fine though, but I'm enjoying it. There's something about a Kikimora that is just so much fun, because it's a tiny ship, it's fast, but it packs a punch. It doesn't look it, but it packs a punch, and just amazing. So that is kind of where I'm at the moment. Mining's on the back burner. I'm doing ratting at this stage. If I am doing mining, it's just to get quick and easy-esque to fund really the PvP effort. There is obviously going to be things happening within the corporation that's going to be PvP related, and I'm excited for that. I can't wait for that. So at this stage, it's just kind of just wait and see where it goes. We're still going to do the roaming, and to be honest though, I don't have any videos of the roaming or the PvP as of yet, just because I'm still trying to figure out a way that I can still have all the information that I need on the screen, but without giving away any, without invading anyone's privacy, basically. I don't want to give away the system. It's very easy. All you'll have to do is just go in, find out where I am. You could go in, because a lot of people have me on their contacts that watch these videos, and you could just go in, see what corporation I'm part of, see what part of what alliance I'm part of, and you could easily find the area of space that I'm in. Yeah, that's a given. But if you do that, that's on you. I don't actively want to give away the location of not only me but my corporation's members, and where we're at. Now, put it this way: even if you're even if you're on my contacts list and I sit and speak to you on a daily basis, and you try to get to the area space that we're in, if you get anywhere near us, that's a miracle in itself. But if you get anywhere near us, even if you're on my contacts list, I can't guarantee your safety, right? Because there is thousands of people in this alliance, and as soon as you appear on local, you will be linked in a chat. Which I want to go back. It is crazy to me now that I'm seeing it properly, where I do it as well. So if I'm in a system and I'm doing something, and someone appears up on my local, what I'm doing is I'm linking them and the system that they're in the chat. If I know what ship you're in, I'm also saying what ship you're in. If I don't, I'll just say I don't have a visual, right? I do that. Everyone does that. Well, not everyone, but pretty much everyone does that in our lands for our intel chat. How many times have I been going through systems in Null Sec and Low Sec, and that has happened to me and I didn't even know that I was being linked in a chat? That blows my mind, like, just to even think of that. Like, that really, like, I'm sitting there going, oh my god, like, I'm doing it now, but how many people have linked me in a chat because I went into their system whenever I was just simply passing through? And in an area of space that we're in, it's hard just to pass through if you're there. And if you get, so, like, if you think of, I don't know, like in the area that our alliance pretty much owns, in that area, like, our systems are kind of like right bang smack in the middle. Well, the systems that I'm always in, like our market system, and then kind of the adjacent systems that I would do either mining or I would do ratting and stuff in, they're right bang in the middle. If you're in there, you're not just passing through, you're there for a reason. Maybe the reason is you're a rival alliance and you're looking for PvP, or maybe you're exploring, or maybe you're lost. Okay, either way, you're going to be linked in a chat and you're going to be followed. If for whatever reason you are found, you will be killed. It's as simple as that. But it makes me wonder just how many times I've been linked in a chat like that. And it's interesting. It's interesting. But that was just a quick, update of basically 2 weeks in 2 weeks in Null Sec and how it's been going. Yeah, I've stopped with the real money making stuff whenever it comes to mining. I'm more focusing on, ratting whenever I'm pretty much, have some free time. But whenever I have a lot of free time, like, if my missus is in bed, my child's in bed, and I don't have to go to bed for another while, yeah, I'll jump into a PvP ship and I'll do some roaming. I'll look for fleets. I'll keep an eye on the intel chat, and if there's anything that's within maybe a 3 or 4 jump radius of me and they need help, I'll definitely go help. Yeah, I'm excited by the aspect of PvP, and I want to be able to do some videos on PvP as well. It's definitely going to be one of those things where I am learning as I go. So I'm never going to give you PvP advice because I know damn all about it. Alright, it's as simple as that. But anyway, that is going to do it for me. Ladies and gentlemen, till next time, thank you for watching.